Good morning and welcome to the London trading session. We have two open trades on the board, which you might be able to see. We sold pound dollar at 143.26. That trades ahead about 10 pips. We also, shortly after, bought US dollar, Canadian dollar, so we sold Canadian dollar basically. We did that at 141.34. And it's ahead about 17 pips. We've also set a stop loss to break even on our Canadian dollar trade. We're about to do the same thing here on our pound dollar trade. If it gets a little bit further ahead, if not, I might just book it and put a winner on the board early in the session. I'd like to see it sustain. I'm pretty sure it's going to come down, but we're starting to see just a little bit of a retrace in the oil price. So right at the moment, it's not immediately obvious that that's what we're going to get. So let's take a look here. Let's see if we can't figure out what we like. We're ahead about 20 pips on our Canadian dollar trade. Looks like it's going to go. Looks like that pound dollar trade is going to go also. We'll go ahead and set a simple stop on that at about 43.20, just in case. Let's stop in here. 1, 0. Or not. Hello, sir. How are you?
I am well. How are you doing?
Good. We have two open trades. Right at the moment, we sold pound dollar at 43.26, and I'm just setting a stop loss on it now of about 10 pips. And so there's that. And let's change it so we can see it a little better. Make it a little bigger.
Pound dollar you on.
And sold pound dollar, and then also bought dollar CAD, which is here. And so that's at about 18 pips here. And now we can see them both at the same time. Should be able to.
Okay.
So it should be a breakout on both of them. My stop on the dollar CAD is at break even.
Dollar CAD?
Yeah.
You short? Short dollar CAD?
No, long dollar CAD. I bought 41.34. And I can show you why I did it. Hold on. I will move this chart over here. Let me grab it. This is kind of a funny chart, so I'm not positive where to do it. Yeah, there it is. Let me try and drop this kind of right in the middle. This chart here is a little crowded. Let's see if I can unclutter it and maybe make it a little bigger.
Your sound is very,
It's very choppy.
very choppy.
All right, well, let me see if I can refresh my webinar. And I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, is my sound any better?
Aha, yes, a lot better.
Okay.
I can hear you now. It was really difficult before that. I've had a couple of trades today, but couple Aussie dollar and I've had a couple on the pound too, cable as well.
So what we're looking at here is that I entered the long on dollar CAD, and I did that because we had a reversal in the short pattern down here at the bottom, and then we confirmed our breakout once we crossed over the alligator and made a new high, and we broke the fractal, which was all of this fractal row back here, this double high back here. So once we did that, I went ahead and went long, and I kind of used as my guide this sell-off in oil. So it was going just like clockwork, basically. As soon as oil was dropping, the dollar CAD was rising. We're starting to see a little retrace here. We can get this out of the way just to kind of show where it went on the low side.
Wow.
So that was one of the things I was looking at, and we had a breakout here on pound dollar to the downside at the same time that this was happening. So that's really a crowded screen that we're showing here, but we're really looking at three things at the same time, and that's just having two open trades here.
Yeah. And you're on 30-minute times on both?
Yeah, the oil is on an hour chart. We'll put them on the 30-minute just to make him match up with everybody else. And then I'll have to zoom in on them a little bit more. And that's mostly what we want to see right there.
Okay. Well, I've been tossing around with a newer system, which I told you about the other day, which was one I used to use years ago. Or very similar to what I used to use years ago. And that's what attracted me to it, of course, was the fact that I had used this quite successfully many years ago. And it seemed to be working fairly well. But if I was to say that the dollar CAD, it's actually saying a short at the moment.
Well, we've seen what I'm looking at. Let's take a look at what you're looking at.
Okay, it's a bit confused at the moment because of what I've got too many indicators here, but I'm just trying to monitor the whole lot together as I'm working this through. I'm looking at a 30-minute. If you're on what I'm looking at the moment, can you see that?
Yeah, I can see.
That's the dollar CAD. That's your bands around it. And in the inner circle here in the deeper red is a set of Bollinger's set on 10 with a centerpiece of 1.75, not 10. And I used to use 9 and 2. This is 10 and 1.75, and it's not dissimilar. But what we're looking for here is, and I'm using a stochastic down the bottom just as a bit of a filter. On the overbought signal up here, with it breaking through the 10 upper band, it normally comes back and has a retracement. And if you look at it, you know it's up even up here. If you look at the ones down the bottoms, you normally find them. Here it is. It went up off that one, and it went up off a relatively overbought area, and it seems to be pretty accurate in pulling those in. If we go back a little way, we'll just, and we can do it at 15 minutes probably is the most accurate time frame and that I've been able to work on. But here it is down here. Very clean. Came up, hit the centre line as it often does, makes a decision and rockets to the top. Comes through, breaks the top again. We normally like to see it 2/3 down, and she's coming back off again.
Mm.
You know, there's one there, down again, little ones, all the way through. It is fairly good at picking what is going on. Particularly in the shorter time frames, but it doesn't. I've been up on the hour. There it is on the hour.
Mm-hmm.
Doing very similar things. Possibly, yeah, not well. No, that's pretty accurate again, isn't it?
Looks like it. One.
There's another one there, right on the tops down here on your stochastic.
Yeah.
There's another one on the tops there. Another one here on basically on the bottom, but that's not an oversold. That's
cross, but it's a leader gun.
You know, if you're wanting a short-term trending, you know, in this choppy stuff, it seems to be working quite nicely. And if you can go down, you know, I've been working them off an hourly and then looking down to find my way in from there, or even a 30-minute, and looking at it and making my way in off there, going down as we normally do. You look at it in an hour. Yeah, that's saying something. You look at it in a 15, it's confirming it, and your probably entry was there. And, you know, your target, well, there's the bottom Bollinger is there, but you've got an immediate target of your centre line, which is there, which would give you a little bit of a quick trade. And I think this probably has got a little bit more in it than that.
Gotcha.
And on the Aussie dollar, just to switch over, I traded this thing off there this morning.
Okay.
That one off there, back up this afternoon. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it was reasonably comfortable. That's a 20 moving average. I'm just looking at all sorts of things here to just try and sort this thing through. I've just been, you know, just looking at my filters. What are good filters? What are not good filters?
Right.
And just trying to, and you can see I've been playing with retracements as well. So, you know, quite a lot of just checking out what's really going on with that system.
It looks good.
Yeah, I think there's something there. And you know, as I said, I was interested because I used to use on futures a lot. Short-term trading was a 9-2. And when I heard this one or saw this 10-1.75, I said, oh, that's a bit interesting.
Sure.
So I've been playing around with filters to try and just, um, you know, knock it up a little bit closer.
Yeah, look for something that's working.
Yeah. So now, where's our CAD? Still hasn't done anything wrong, has it?
No, my trade stopped out at break even, which is okay. You know, in hindsight, if I weren't doing four other things, I probably really would have booked it. It was ahead 17 or 18 pips, maybe even more.
Yeah, you took it when it broke, yeah.
Yeah, and so I really was just letting it run and kind of getting everything set up and whatnot. It didn't hurt me that it's closed out. Um,
Yeah, and there it is on the pound. My statement on the pound was that I would have been long on both of them according to this setup,
right.
and it would have been okay.
Yep. Well, it looks like Euro's trying to make a new low here for the session.
Yeah.
So I kind of wonder what it looks like.
Yeah, definitely looking very, very spongy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Very choppy in this little market.
Yeah. So I'm out of my pound dollar trade also. We gave a little bit back on that one, which is fine. Nothing drastic.
No. I thought it was looking to try and go up early, and then it raced back off, and it's been roaring around like cable does. There was some announcements today as well, and that's what caused it to do its little run around. And Catton's coming off.
Yeah, it looks like the nationwide housing price index for the pound came in about half of what was expected. It was positive by 0.3, but it was forecast to be a 0.6, and previously it had been 0.8. So for that to come in weak, wouldn't surprise me that we got a little bit of selling pressure on it. Nothing drastic. That's not a huge thing, but bad news is still bad news.
And that cable's so volatile at the moment and so reactory to the down that they just want to sell it on looking at it at the moment, if you ask me anything.
Looks to me like with the break here, this is a place to go short on euros. Maybe I'll try and get a couple of my pips back by doing that. I'll sell 108.53.
Yeah, well, that's 30-minute. We got. Yeah, that looks like it's heading south, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's your target? You're going to go for 83.95 or down around there?
No, I want to get Oh, 20 pips, 108.35, something like that.
Definitely looks as though it's got some weakness in it.
Okay.
You're going to sell him now, or would you normally wait till close and open below that?
We broke the fractal and we're below the alligator, so I went ahead and sold him already. I'm already in. So I'm going to change what screen I'm showing you here in just a second, or if I'm even sharing a screen. I'm not sure that I am. Hold on. Let's see. I'm not. Yeah, so let me screen share euro dollar. Yeah. It was. Here it is. Sure. I'll share that. Yeah. We'll come put it on here.
That's him. I've got you now.
Yeah, and then I'll come back here and resize my labels so we can see them. Properties, please.
What's your arrows coming in at a break of a fractal, is it, or what?
I'm sorry, what's that?
What's your small and buy arrows coming in on? What basis are they appearing on?
The red and the blue ones are reversals. Okay, so we were rising on this one, and that reversed when we broke the low of this candle here, and then opened below that. That's what this is, and this red shows that it's a reversal of that uptrend, and then so then we went to the down, right? Now that's fine, and then we resumed an uptrend when we broke. We had a fractal here, and then which was created on this candle. But then when we broke that candle here, when we broke this fractal right here, that put us in a not only in a long position, but this green one shows we're having a breakout. And we had a breakout that went above the previous day's high, and that's fine. And we stuck with it and went lower, resumed. We closed here. We were still okay because we were above these fractals. But as soon as we opened and then closed this candle, this right here, actually, as soon as we broke below the price on these fractals back here, this is the reversal. That's what that red is. So the red and the blue are the reversals, and the green and the pink one shows the breakout.
Okay, gotcha.
And so what I really want is, so when we look at pound dollar, when I went short on the 30-minute chart, which probably the best way for me to do that is to just, let me see if I can just grab it and put it on top of this for a minute. This is where we were before. What we had, if you look, you had a reversal, a breakout, another breakout, a reversal right here, a breakout. These are all on the downside, though. So we had a whole bunch of selling indicators. So let's start at the top of this band here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 sells versus 1, 2, 3 buys. So your sell indicators were outnumbering your buy indicators 3 to 1. Here you had a breakout. You just made a reversal candle on this candle. But since you had a sell and then a reversal, you know, I went short when we broke out and broke that fractal. Is what we did when we're on this one. And so
I can't see you pointing at that now.
you can't see my screen.
I can see your screen, but I can't see if you're pointing at those points. Before I was seeing your pointer at work.
I think what. Let's see if I can do this again. Can you see my pointer now?
There it appears.
Yeah, so that's a matter of the way that I chose to share things. So that's a good thing to know, right? So what we're looking at here is you've gone back into the alligator. We're hoping this is going to bounce off its 20 moving average, off the you know, the top of the alligator here, and come back down on the short side. Let me adjust my labels here on things. Make them bigger again so we can read them.
Yeah.
And then here's my limit profit down here. Black 12. Okay. All right. So what I was saying before, pound dollar, it's a little different, and I can switch in order to do this properly. Really need to change what screen I'm sharing. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. Now you should be able to see my mouse on here.
Yeah.
So what I was getting at is we had 9 arrows to the downside, 3 on the upside, right? And what you're seeing is that cable's really confused up in here. And it tried to sell, it resisted it. It tried to sell, it came back and resisted it, and now you're back in the sell condition, right? And so we wanted to be short back in here, but I didn't trust it because of all this chaos. So I set a short stop loss on it when I was trying to chase this pink breakout arrow before.
Yeah.
And so it ran up and hit my stop. So we gave back, I don't know, 5 pips or 10 or something. You know, but really we need to be short here. And it's even better, this dotted line here in the middle. Well, that's not even right. This dotted line here is the 20 moving average, and we seem to be unable to open and close above that. And that to me is, combined with breaking these fractals to the downside, says we're probably going to sell some more.
Well, it's got to do with this of the big move up.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you went to 43 figure, which is only 18 more pips, that wouldn't surprise me at all, right? It's not asking too much, I don't think. So we'll go ahead and sell some here again just to try to get my 10 pips back from before. And here it is, and we'll change my properties on them and make them so we can read them. Make them bold, 12. And then we'll put a stop on here. Put a stop of 10 and the target of, we'll call it 20. And then we'll change the properties on these. so we can see them again.
What sort of retracement? Yeah.
What's that?
I'm just wondering what sort of retracement levels we're at of that move.
Well, we can look and see. Problem is, I can't get to the bottom of my. I guess that's the bottom.
Yeah. That's when it's a little bit of a hold up. It's at 23.6 is the close of the previous 30-minute bar. That's been a little reason for messing around there.
Yeah. So this would bring us to 42.93 to take us to the 61.8, and I put the limit at 97, so that really should bring us down to that 61.8 plus my spread, right?
43.08, you reckon?
4293.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I agree. 4293.
Right. So I set my limit at 42978, which means, I want my spread covered. I think we're going to hit the figure, and I'm not going to press it to really. It might spike into that 61.8 and bounce right off it. And I want to make sure my order gets filled, so I'll just play it a little shorter. The other thing is that with the way things are moving or not moving,
Not moving is a better way of saying
it wouldn't surprise me if it took an hour and a half to get there.
it. And may have a couple of hiccups on the way.
Yeah, so I kept that stop pretty close. It's only 10 pip stop. I'm not really willing to gamble a whole lot here.
Here she goes.
I see him pushing through, and maybe we'll find a lot of offers. It looks like we're heading the right direction, but this will chop right back on you. So if it moves in a straight line, that's great. But I'm skeptical right now.
Yes, it seems to have got itself rid of the 23.6, which was a traction that was keeping on drawing it back before.
Yeah.
And the Euro's still misbehaving.
Yeah, see, yeah, the red arrows and the blue arrows are the reversal candles, and what those are doing is they're just serving as a reminder to keep you out of trouble, right? So basically it's saying, look, if you want to take this long because you broke a fractal here, that's fine, but once you come off on the downside, just go ahead and get out of it, and we'll get in it again, right? And we'll just wait, but it's to let you know that that it's all bound up and there's no sense really holding on to anything longer. And so, what we're looking for is the pink for the breakout. That's the trade we really want. And as soon as we get a blue on the upside, we'll get out of that breakout trade, right? Now, what happened before was that me just being, starting out for the day, I didn't want to risk a whole lot. And so I set a close stop and it took me out earlier. Um, so really, it would have been nice if I would have set a wider stop and just let it ride that breakout. We'd still be in it and we'd be okay. And it would have gone against us for a little bit, for a little while, not very much. Um, but kind of that's the theory here is you want to take the breakout, and then as soon as you see a reversal, just get out.
Yeah, well, see, it's doing this a lot at the moment. Turning around.
Yeah. And this is one where, again, the stop's pretty close here. But, that's just me being a little more conservative.
Are you having another little surge, Jared?
I think we'll push a new low and keep on going. We're almost there. There we go. Now we got it. And it's just skittish enough that, I part of me wants to set the stop to break even. The other part, not quite yet. I still think I can go in the negative a few pips before it really pushes down.
Well, you're on one of your bands at the moment.
Yeah. Yep. So in about a minute, we're going to get a new bar. And I'd like to see that bar that we're on now close below that band and open on or below that band. If I see that, then I'm liking the trade more. So, and really anywhere below here, below this 43.18 is good because that's even below that low of the wick of the previous candle. I like that a whole lot.
Yeah, so do I. I like to see it down below that wick. And it looks like it's going to perform for you.
I think so. So I've got about 25 more seconds for it to hold on. That'd be real good.
Even to press lower, that would be even better.
Yeah, and it did.
Yeah.
Check that out. Yeah, that's good. And when we're this close, it looks to me like we could, we're at 08 and 09 here. We can press for the figure real easy just to go grab it.
Yeah, well, that's a nice close.
Yeah.
You're short 5 lots, are you? That's just $280, is it?
Yeah. $500,000.
That looks nice. Euro's still being a bit doggy. And the CAD's producing inside bars.
So I
Aussie dollar?
Yep.
Just sitting in no man's land.
our so I have a Mac that is hosting the call that just notified me that it's going to restart itself and install some updates. So
We'll talk to you again soon. You'll disappear, in other words.
no, I'll be here, but the other one, the moderator, the one in charge of everything, is on a lunch break apparently.
We won't lose everything, will we?
I don't think so, no. It's just got the moderating controls.
Looks like cable's going to be cable.
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised. That's why I left my stop where it is for now. It's just you have to know that it might very well take its time. I feel pretty certain it's going to come down here, but it might be another hour before it does it, and it might squeeze me a little bit before it does too. Really, if I want to be very safe about it, the stop should be up here. It should be wider. It should be it. Probably.
Aussie dollar's absolutely stalled.
Yeah, it looks like it's done falling, and it's right at the top of the alligator on the 30-minute chart.
The Aussie.
Yeah. And just eyeballing it, it looks like it's right in the middle of the range for the day.
Yeah. It's just not sure which way to run.
I believe that oil price is pushing lower. It's going for the session low right now. It's trying to get it. So this is probably a good place to be long dollar CAD again.
Yeah,
But dollar CAD's a little muted here at this 41.36. It's also this is a what? This is a it's a 50. It's right at the 50 moving average right at the moment. That's what it's choking on.
50 moving average to the